Now, if you've been playing a chord progression for a while and you feel like you want to add a little bit more color to these chords, you should definitely learn how to add additional notes to the chords. Now, in the chord progression I was playing at the beginning of the video, I played a G chord, a G over B, a C add 9, and a D sus4. So it's a pretty common chord progression in D major. But obviously there was something else between the chords. In fact, I was playing the chords like this. Now, I call these additional note that I'm playing an internal voicing. And the reason why I call it like this is because usually the voicing is the singing note of the chord. If I play a G major chord, the top E string fret 3 is the singing note of the chord, which is also the voicing. Now, the reason why I call it internal voicing is because we are changing a note within the chords. Now I'm going to show you different internal voicings that we can change depending on which chord progression we are playing and which key. You can get the tab, check my Patreon page and support this channel. Thank you so much to all the people who support me on my Patreon page, guys. You are awesome. Now we are in G major key, and what that means is we can use any note that belongs to the G major key. So we're going to lay down the G major scale, and we have the note G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So we could use any of these notes. Now, I was using the note A. In fact, I played the first chord G twice, and then I was playing a bunch of ghost notes. So I'm just muffling the strings, and I'm going down, down, up, down. And then I will play the G over B and change the voicing. Now I picked the note A, which is the G string fret number 2. And what I'll do, I will play the chord, then just the bass, and then change the voicing on fret 2 with 2 down strokes, and then back to the G over B. So it sounds like this. Now I'll do the same with the C add 9 chord, and I'll do the same strumming. And then for the D, I was playing a different melody. So I literally have just a D chord, just a D string, G fret 2 and B fret number 3, and I will just play this, and then the G string fret number 4, back to fret 2 again, and then G string open. So I literally have a melody on the D major chord. Now I always have this bass note going before I change the voicing, so I will play and then just the bass, change the voicing, bass, back to the A, and change the voicing. So I'm gonna add a couple of additional bass notes just to add a little bit more rhythm. So now when you put the whole thing together, now you could keep the same structure and change the internal voicing. We could use the F sharp, which is the top E string fret number 2. We could use the note C, which is not super for certain chords. So the B string fret number 1. So you have to reorganize the fingers. We could use the B. can see, guys, almost any note from the G major scale work absolutely fine, and you can change a lot of different voicing. But at the same time, once you figure out which notes you can actually use, so you lay down the notes of the key you are playing in, also listen to your ears. Don't just refer to the right notes. Listen to your ears and just figure out what works and what doesn't. Now the second part is slightly different. I'm playing different chords, but I'm still using the same concept, the internal voicing. So now I'm playing an E minor chord and a C major chord, a G major, and a D major. It's a pretty common chord progression, but we are playing the chords like this. The first one is the E minor. I'm playing on the D string fret 9 and the B string fret number 8. And I'm changing this beautiful voicing. And this is really about note choice and also like working with your ears. You could use a lot of different voicings here, but this is just beautiful and I like it. So we're going from, so we pick in the 6th, the 4th, and the 2nd, and then the 4th again. And then here we change the voicing and we play the D string, fret number 10, which is the note C. Then the G string and the B string. And we go back to the fret number 9. It's a beautiful chord, I just love it. Now the next chord is the C major, but we're gonna keep the same voicing as the E minor. So we're gonna go from here to here. So as you can see, the chord is the same. We're playing a C major chord, and I'm playing the bass note with the thumb. So the low E string fret number 8, and then the D string and the B string is the same as the E minor. Now, if you're struggling with playing the bass with the thumb, you could play the chord like this. So it's finger 1, finger 3, and finger 2. But I like to use the thumb, which makes things a little bit easier to play. Now, the next chord is the G major. So it's the same picking pattern. I'm just playing, 6, 4, and 2, and then the 4th string again. And then I change the voicing and I play the G string fret number 2, the B string, the 3rd string, and then the G string open. So beautiful voicing. This is a G odd 9. It's an awesome chord. And then the last one, which is the one that I really like. We have the same, internal voicing, so you just want to put down the chord 5, 4, open, and 3. And then what you'll do, you're going to pick 5, 4, and 3, and 4. And then we change the voicing on the D string fret number 5, and then the G string, and the B string. And then we'll go back to the D string fret number 4. And that's it. Then you go again. G over B, C odd 9, and this beautiful D odd 11 with the B string open. I actually ended this exercise with this chord, which was clearly a mistake. I didn't really want it to end the music like this, but this chord, it just came out like this. And it's just an awesome, beautiful chord. So sometimes you want to make mistakes and discover new chords. So this is how we change the internal voicing of a chord. Just pick a chord progression, figure out the key, lay down the major scale, learn the notes that you can actually change within the chord, and then listen to your ears and pick the one that really work. Okay? So I'll leave you practicing this, guys. Thank you so much for watching this lesson. I'll see you next time.